So here's the project for today. Behind me, we have a rickety looking unfinished porch, and we have to make it look a little nicer. The porch needs railings and finish work just to make it look overall better. And the first thing we're gonna start with is post covers. We used regular old 4x4s for these posts. I wish I did something different to begin with, but we're gonna work with what's here. They've twisted, they're ugly, they have overspray on them from paint projects. You can see the metal brackets that attach them to the porch. All of that has to be covered because it just looks bad. So I'm going to be boxing these out with some 1x6 lumber. It's going to make them look a little more substantial. And it's also going to let us take the twist out of these because we can kind of fake it out. We can put our box can float over the posts and we can straighten that up because some of these have warped pretty bad. They have a pretty good twist in them. I had a new idea this morning. Well, the bottom of the beam looks better. We better build the bottom of this beam too. So with this bottom trim piece in place, what I want to do is actually face these out with fascia. I feel like that's going to be the easiest thing that's going to make it look good and match the rest of the house. So I'm going to try that and see how it looks. What I want to do is put flashing tape over all my metal brackets so that the aluminum fascia isn't rubbing and coming in contact with the steel, the galvanized plates. It'll make it last longer because galvanized steel and aluminum don't mix well. We'll see how it goes. We'll just tape everything up. I don't think that's a good turn. You don't even exist. Okay guys, we're off to a good start. That already looks better. I know it doesn't look like much, but I feel like it's going in the right direction. I'm going to keep doing that all the way down the porch. In hindsight, we should have painted this before putting up that fascia. I should get a better brush for this. And then I can do this whole thing. This will be easier to do this now than when the fascia is on it. So now I'm gonna build some boxes that are gonna go around our posts. I have the wood down here, and you can kind of see I have two sides and the front. Let me see. So I'm about to close in the back side. Does it look dumb going around the beam? And the idea here is that this box is going to be slightly oversized so that we can straighten out the post, you see? This is going to be crooked. The box will be straighter once we get it all lined up. And it probably won't be perfect, but it will be straighter than the post. Okay, that one out a lot easier. All right, that one was easy. And we're just gonna cap it. All right, guys, we just got this one boxed in. Feels solid. It's pretty straight. So let's compare the before to the after. I do like how it's coming out. We're using the southern yellow pine to make those posts look a little bit bigger and to hide all the ugliness. I am leaving a little gap at the bottom, and I'm going to do something later because I just don't want them touching the deck directly. These are not treated. These are just raw wood right now. I guess I'm going to keep going, get this one done. What I'm doing is taking 1x6s on the front and back, and then I'm ripping some wood for the sides that are 4 inches wide. And that way we get a perfect 5.5 inch square post. So I have to go rip a couple of more boards, and then I'll make the next one. Figure out inside, outside. This reminds me of a debate that is a long running debate. I think it's been running for over 100 years now of, do you face your boards bark up or bark down? When people lay deck boards, some people say bark up. When you look at the rings, and I'll show you what I mean. So when you look at the end of a board, you see the rings are like a rainbow, and that means this is the outside of the tree. So this is bark up, this is bark down. And when you're trying to figure out what direction to face your wood, when you're building, when you're laying deck boards, when you're doing all kinds of things, and I could tell you guys the right way to do it if you guys want to hear it. So let me know, you tell me if you know, if you know the right way, bark up or bark down. And then maybe we'll talk about it sometime. And I'll show you guys the facts. There it is. Stage 1 is done. That's what it looks like. 4 new posts. It doesn't look like much. We have a lot more work to do. Inside here, it doesn't look too bad. What I did was I came through and I cut some shims to fill in the space right here. You might have remembered these are built a little fatter than the beam, so there was a gap. I kind of pushed them up against the face of the post. There was a gap back here. I filled it with shims so that you don't see the gap between this and here. This fascia still needs trim up along the ceiling. I'm going to do that trim later. But these, they look good. Now we still have to do railings. I'm going to work on that next. We're going to run out, get the supplies we need to finish this up. But I'm having a debate here. The trim on our house is white. White everywhere. But I'm not convinced that I want to paint these white. I'm almost thinking about switching it up and staining them. All the railings and these posts a different color, brown. I mean, we do have a brown front door. That purple board is going to be replaced, but you can see we already did the steps a dark brown. So, I don't know. Look at it. It's wood. It's beautiful wood. It'd be easy to stain and it would last longer than paint. and it would just be easier than paint. I don't want to mess up the style of the house. But at the same time, not everything has to be matchy-matchy. It's okay to break outside of that box every once in a while and have a feature that stands out on a house. So maybe this porch could stand out in a different way. Picture it with all the woodwork, the railings, everything. So I guess I'm going to leave it there until we can get the materials to carry on with this project. I guess I'm going to have to also keep working on cleaning off the porch because a messy porch never looks good. You guys can see, you probably saw all through the video, I picked up a couple of lamps off of the side of the road that somebody was throwing away. Now they might look a little bit outdated. I'll show you them up close later, but they're pink and speckly. And I thought they were awesome because they're going to look so good in our mobile home rebuild. You know, we are renovating a 1984 mobile home. And I think that color is going to look perfect in the living room if we can clean them up and make them look nice. Because right now they're pretty filthy and nasty. So I'm going to try to scrub those up. And they're going to go great with our retro mobile home. So stay tuned. I'll show you that some other time. This is the other half of the hutch that we turned into our son's display case for his model kits. So I still haven't done anything with that. Should I refinish it? I have no purpose for it. It's just sitting there. It needs a new top, and then it could be a TV stand. I don't know, something. So I got to find a home for that. And then this is another roll of rain screen for our house. I'll put that out in the workshop in the outbuilding. But I think I'll worry about all of that later. You know what? Let's stop being wishy-washy. Wishy-washy. Let's stain them. How could we paint this nice wood? Well guys, I don't feel bad about that. That looks good so far. We won't get the true color until it starts to, you know, settle in the wood ages, because pine tends to darken and yellow, so it'll probably get darker over time. But we oiled the wood. I used a tung oil, a dark tung oil finish. Let me show you. This is what I used, dark tung oil. It's a pure tung oil. It has a, I don't know, has something in it, makes it dark. A resin, it's some kind of resin. That will soak into the wood and dry and cure over time, and it will create a waterproof seal. So not only do we have a nicer looking wood, but now it should hold up against the rain. And this was the perfect time of day to do this, because you see we're in the evening, the sun has passed. You don't want to apply tung oil in the sun, I'm warning you. Because if those UVs hit it and the sun is on it, it's going to like flash cure. It's going to turn to jelly and it's going to ruin your whole finish. It's going to look terrible. So this is perfect. Nice evening like this. Get it on there, let it soak in overnight. By morning, it'll be soaked in enough that it won't the sun won't affect it. That's the beginning of something really cool. I can't wait to build our railings and do the same finish. I think it's going to be a lot lower maintenance and easier maintenance than paint. And if we hate it, we can always paint it. I only made a slight mess of the porch. Don't worry, this whole thing has to be refinished, and I'm going to stain that too. Technically, this tung oil, I should come back to it tomorrow night, put another coat on, do a few coats technically, but I'm just going to leave it as that for now, and we'll just see how it looks over time. Well guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.